We are on.
Did you start it already?
Yeah.
Okay. So so we had this movie last week and we couldn't use it because we went to a shit bar.
Garbage bar.
Yeah.
It was too loud, too bright,
They cut off Foster the People.
shit service. We're back in our usual spot.
Feels like home.
Right, back home. So we watched one of my favorite movies, I Saw the Devil.
Yeah.
This is a Korean thriller, Korean suspense movie, serial killer movie. Goddamn. We switched gears quick
Yeah,
from Tiger
we did.
Claws
To this.
we got to recalibrate.
Recalibrate.
Remember last week's movie.
So the amount of difference between Tiger Claws 3 and I Saw the Devil
Yeah,
is...
they're on totally different ends of the spectrum here.
Oh my god.
But it was about like serial killer that likes just killing women and kills the wrong one.
Killing women.
So we have a public servant, right? A school bus driver who is killing women and comes across our protagonist's wife stranded on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to help her change her tire or whatever it is. She's got a tow truck on the way, doesn't want any part. She's on the phone with her husband at the time.
Yeah.
Who's, of course, because he is a secret agent for the Korean secret agent service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, South Korea, not North Korea.
Yeah, we would have been able to see this movie if it was He's on the phone. He's always talking about he's away. I'm sorry I can't be there for your birthday. She gets killed on her birthday by this guy.
Oh, it was her birthday?
It was her birthday, yeah.
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 Gets chopped up.
Gets chopped
Tortured,
up.
chopped up.
Tortured.
Probably raped.
Probably raped. She was pregnant.
Yeah.
And that kind of sets this whole movie in motion. We have our... I hope I'm not getting ahead of myself. The South Koreans, like you've always said, have always managed to really tie you in emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
They get you, and they
love tugging on the heartstrings.
They tug on the heartstrings, and they really do write it so lovingly well that you watch this guy go from just obviously an emissary of the state. He's obviously service-minded, and he just loses it. He loses the thing he loves and just starts to unravel.
It was him and his future father-in-law's idea to find this guy and take matters into their own hands.
Yeah, his father-in-law's a cop, and he gives him the info of the suspects, and
they got mine for the case. Yeah,
and he just he goes and starts. He just goes full vigilante.
Comes up across,
starts fucking dudes up,
whipping them with extension cords, beating their balls with hammers.
That dude was just trying to watch porn.
He's trying to bust a nut.
Trying to
bust a nut. Might have been reformed, probably not, but if he had already served his time, by God, he was reformed.
Oh no, he confessed to 2 murders.
Oh, that's right. Excuse me, I forgot.
Yeah, he eventually confessed.
No. He comes into the hospital.
I thought he was just confessing to some crimes that they were.
Oh no, he was so fucking terrified that he just straight up confessed to other murders.
Gets whipped. That extension cord whip, I felt that.
Yeah,
I felt that.
So our main serial killer in this is played by Chae Min-sik, who is, if people watch Old Boy, he's the main character in that movie. He's a very famous Korean actor. Lee Byung-hun plays our main guy, who is, if people watch the G.I. Joe movies, he had his American breakout.
Oh, is he Snake Eyes?
Yeah, he was the one Asian in that.
The one Asian? I was going to say the one.
I feel a severe downgrade for Lee Byung-hun.
So I've never watched the G.I. Joe movies.
Not even the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I haven't watched a singular one, no.
I
watched the cartoons and
not
obviously
great.
pork chop sandwiches, but...
Yeah, they're not great, but he's a great actor. They're both great actors. So you've got Chae Min-sik he's playing this fucking psycho, and he's really, really good at playing a psychopath. just arrogant. He's very arrogant. He stalks women like he's a predator, kills them. He takes, he has a collection of purses and shoes and
Bras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this movie kind of flips. So you got the first half of it is them trying to find the murderer, Chae Min-sik. They're trying to find him. Finds him pretty quickly. Lee Byung-hun finds him pretty quickly, but then it flips because he doesn't want to catch him. He wants to torture him and make him pay. So then most of the movie is him torturing the serial killer. He gives him this like tracking pill.
Yeah.
And some colon blocker.
And you can hear everything.
He could also hear it right through
clear
his
as
stomach.
day, right through his innards,
And he just follows him around, and right before he's about to rape a chick, he'll stop him. Basically,
just beat the shit out of him. Yeah. And like your wife had said, like, okay, cool, got him. Why didn't he just kill him then? It would have been a short movie, but he didn't. That was the whole point, is that he wanted to continue to follow him, stalk him. The psychologically, the writing theme, I felt like, was just like he sort of shifted from being like an emissary of the state and doing all these things for the betterment of the people to actually becoming the killer himself.
Yeah, he became the monster.
He became the monster, yeah.
Looked into the abyss too long, all that shit. Right.
Good fun.
Yeah.
What was it? You got the taxi cab scene too?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. How they shot that one.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie, yeah. So he, after he catches the killer, lets him loose, beats him up, lets him loose, and then he's hitchhiking. He jumps in this taxi cab. And this is where we learn half of the Korean countryside is filled with psychopathic killers.
John Wick and murderers.
Yeah, so he's in this taxi, and he notices that the taxi driver, the picture on the dashboard is not the guy that's driving. And then he also looks back, and the guy that's in the back of the taxi looks just like a fucking creep. And he's like, oh, these are my kind of people, basically. And there's this great scene where they're all sort of looking at each other, and everybody's about to act. He acts first. Chae Min-sik, he pulls out this fucking dagger and just fucking starts stabbing this guy.
It was a really well shot scene.
Blood's flying everywhere, and there's this it's just like one shot where the camera's going around the outside of this car, rotating around, and you're just seeing this bloody.
And I really
stabbing.
I like the dialogue in it too, because he was like, it essentially boiled down to, I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me.
Right.
Because they were like, oh, the false taxi cab driver was like, oh, how lucky you are that we came up. There's been a lot of weird activity around yonder, and don't watch out. There's a lot of creeps out here, and he's just like not having it. He
says no. You're unlucky today, and that's when he starts stabbing.
That was an excellent scene. Yeah.
Yeah, the "You're trapped in here with me" line is from Watchmen. That's from Watchmen. When
I didn't see. That's another movie I hadn't seen.
When what's his face is in prison.
Rorschach.
Right.
Sure, it's not from Reddit. Chronicles of Reddit. No, it's not from Chronicles.
Watchmen was way back in the day.
Yeah,
for the comics and stuff.
But it is basically, it's the same thing. You're right. It fits perfectly.
Was it? Did he meet his other murderer friend that likes to eat meat?
Yeah, eat people.
Yeah, so I want to pull up the nurse scene. So our hero beats up the serial killer again, lets him loose again, and then he goes to this nurse or this doctor, gets kind of patched up, kills the doctor. Then he's got the nurse in the back room. He's gonna fucking rape her. Our hero is listening to this. I'll say our anti-hero is listening to this.
Listening to that blowjob.
Stops him mid-sodomy. Yeah. Really fucked up scene where she's like, she's got her clothes up. She's putting her clothes up, trying to run away. He's like, "No, wait, I have to. No, I'm good. He's like, "No, you can't leave. I have to. You're gonna have to patch him up."
Patch him
Yeah.
up.
So he takes a serial killer, gets his leg, and he fucking cuts his Achilles
They want to
tendon
remember that
with
scene. Yeah.
the scalpel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cuts his Achilles tendon.
yeah.
She patches him up, and he finds himself. He wakes up in an immense amount of pain. I can imagine in the back of that taxi cab.
Yeah.
Heads right off. That's when he finds himself.
He goes. He then goes to his cannibal crew.
Right.
So there's this cannibal and his woman are in this house that they've stolen from some of their victims, and this is kind of getting toward the end of the movie, and he tracks them down there, and there's just a big fight between him and the three of them. He uses. It was a good scene where he takes these treble hooks, these fishing hooks, and uses
It's
them
with
like
the old Home
caltrops.
Alone, yeah.
The booby trap scene. He just beats the fuck out of all of them with a stick, pretty much.
Yeah. Those blows to the head.
Yeah,
I'm amazed those people were still alive in this movie.
yeah.
Those look rough. They should be dead, but they weren't. What was it? And then you find out shit's going downhill because the dead girl is like, "Hey, we gotta stop
We
this."
gotta cut it loose. Yeah, we gotta stop. It's getting out of hand. They're starting to figure out what's going on.
But then, dude that was eating people, he's in the hospital and he tells him he's gonna take your family, and then he'll turn himself in.
Yeah, Chaman
That's
Sick
how he'll
goes.
win.
He goes and kills. He kills his dead fiance's sister and her dad, the cop, and then he's running away, but he fucking catches him, takes him back to his house.
Yeah.
He's got him in this fucking guillotine setup that he had used earlier to kill one of the women, and the guy's just like laughing. He's like, "You can't. I don't feel pain. This doesn't bother me at all." He tried this act like he was crying and all this shit. It was all an act. The guy doesn't feel anything. He's like, "Oh yeah." So he had gone earlier to Chaman Sick, or serial killer. He'd gone to his family to try to find where he was at. So he's got two parents and he has a son. So while he has him tied up in his house with his head under the guillotine, he's got the guillotine tied to the door, plus he's got a rope from the door and he's got it clenched in his teeth. He leaves, and as he's leaving, you see the serial killer's family coming in to the house.
Because they had, and we didn't talk about it this time, but they had, when he goes to investigate the suspect, he goes to their house. We haven't seen him in forever, and he has a kid. He's got grandparents and a kid that he hasn't seen in a few months or whatever. They haven't heard from him. So when they get information that he might be at this place, they go to follow it up. They go to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So when they get there, they're knocking at the door.
Oh, he invited them.
Yeah, he called
He
him up
definitely
to come over
had
because
them.
the dad didn't
Yeah.
want anything to do with him initially because
Yeah.
he knew he was fucked up. Even the kid did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "You can't hurt me." And I guess he knew that, so he's like, "Well, I'll hurt your family."
Yeah.
So they're tugging on the door, and he's trying to hold it closed with his teeth.
And yelling out, "Don't
No,
open the door!"
the fucking olds,
Yeah.
because he had this thing about old people
Yeah.
running their mouths. I thought that was a funny irony, is that he had this thing about old people and always never shutting the hell up. He beats the hell out of that doctor.
Mhm.
Does he beat the hell out of the doctor?
Oh, he kills him.
He kills the hell out of that doctor because he had just, you can't talk to me that way. And it ends up being old people that ultimately kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they pull the door open. It pulls out. They pull the thing out of his teeth. It trips the guillotine thing. So it cuts his head off, and his head rolls right to his family and his kid. So, and you just see our guy who was, like you said, he started out as a hero, and he's just walking away. And the end of the movie is just him like bawling in the street, just
Yeah.
crying, like
He just became
just
the
all
monster.
fucked up. Yeah. But yeah, I love this movie. It's this reversal of the serial killer role, and it's Chaemin Sick just plays an amazing villain. He's so fucking evil. He's so menacing. And then you see Lee Byung-hun kind of flips that, and he becomes this sort of cold, almost mechanical, robotic killer himself. Almost like the Terminator, where he's just like stalking these people down with his fucking puffy jacket. No, I love this movie. This is a 5 for me. Obviously, one of my favorite movies. Anybody that likes thrillers or serial killer kind of shit. I know a lot of women love their serial killer shit. So, ladies, check out this movie.
Right.
Handsome Korean men in this too. So, if you're into that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it this one a 5 too. It just seems something about Korea just somehow comes out with original fucking writing each time, and that's part of the reason why I give it a 5. It's not a rehash of anything. It's a pretty dope ass movie.
I'm gonna give it a 5 too. I feel like even if you don't like thriller movies or slasher movies, like the fighting was better than Tiger Claws 3, which was a fighting movie.
How dare you?
Every aspect of this movie, like we actually had a pretty sick car scene where he throws this SUV in reverse, busts the car. That's how he ends up getting a hold of our antagonist.
Have you seen the alternate ending of this movie?
Are you messing with me right now?
No, there's an alternate ending.
I obviously didn't see the alternate ending of this movie.
He wakes up and it was all
Yeah, his wife's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
He's there for her
But
birthday.
when they walk out, instead of getting into a taxi, it's a school bus and it's that dude.
He just immediately
yeah.
goes and arrests him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he just
I don't know
happens
what
to
you've
know.
done, but I had a dream about you. You're going to jail. Yeah.
Minority Report.
It's an excellent movie. It's definitely a 5 for me. Even if you're not a fan of the thriller slasher sort of genres, this is definitely just a good movie. I think you're correct.
As long as you don't get queasy about,
beheading
and
raping underage girls and, and mutilation and
public
cannibalism.
service.
See the raping in it? He starts
Kind
it
of do.
and then nothing happens.
There is some stabbing and meat sounds. So if you're not queasy about people's Achilles tendons getting cut off with scalpels,
That's the worst thing. They should have edited that part out. I can deal with the cutting of the body parts.
he really does just get in there with it.
Achilles tendon.
Not the Achilles tendon.
Nope.
But I feel like this movie stands on its own as far as the writing and the film. Like the taxi cab scene was really well shot. That was like sort of the cinematography you'd expect from like an action film, in the sense that it's just all one shot. I thought it was really good. Five buckets for me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a very good movie. Go watch I Saw the Devil.
That one's on Amazon Prime.
Prime, yep.
Prime.
Well, actually, I think it left Prime
Oh.
2 days after we watched it, but it's probably still on Amazon. You'll just have to pay
Yeah,
for
just
it.
rent it, buy it.
Yeah,
Or
it's
you can
worth
buy.
the
You can
money.
get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's worth the money, absolutely.
Yeah. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment or two.
This video gets 50 likes. Patrick will punch me in the nose.
Shit, 50 likes for this
Is
one.
that all?
Okay, that's it.
How many likes do we usually get?
So many likes.
So much.
Okay,
likes.
That's
so
very
it should be
little.
easy. 50 likes.
There you go.
My fat
Okay.
nose, Patrick's keto diet punch. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be good.
All right. 50 likes
50 likes
this video.
this video. Honestly, if that many people are just into this movie, I think we'd be alright.